Welcome to Late Nights with OTDL. We talk about the things you don't.
Hey, listen, it's been a minute. This is me and Cody's been the one doing the podcast. Me and Cody originally were the hosts, and then Cody's got work and stuff, so it's been me and
Bitch,
Austin for
we're
a little bit.
still the
But here we
host.
are.
Don't come at me like that. Me and you still the co-host because nobody does it like we do.
Definitely not, dog. When we do podcasts, it's goaded. Nobody can fucking change my mind about it. But it's been me and Austin for a little bit. Jeff's got work and shit, and here we are. Me and Jeff again.
Sasquatch, real or not?
I believe it, dog. I believe Sasquatch is real. Craig, what do you think, my boy? I believe it's real. There you go. I should change
I'm,
Craig's name to Carl.
I'm plugging my own podcast here, Black Crown Podcast on my channel. I'm Solomon King.
In the link
Me
in
and
the description.
Josh go into a very deep discussion about whether or not Bigfoot's real and a few other
I'll
cryptids.
link that podcast in the description if you want to go check that out for sure. But listen, dog, I've got the bomb idea, dog, for what might be our ticket to success. Okay, I'm telling you, conversations with crackheads, a podcast where we just talk with crackheads. Listen, tell me one person that's doing this right now.
I mean,
Tell me one person that's ever done this. Never, dog. It's never been seen before. And listen, I know my fair
you've
share of
obviously
crackheads.
never watched an interview with Charlie Sheen. Riveting stuff.
But bro, nobody's ever done this before, dog. And I know my
But
fair share
maybe
of
there's a
crackheads.
fucking reason for that.
I know my fair share of crackheads, dog. I want to sit a crackhead down, talk about the shadow people they see, maybe the shapeshifters, dog. You know what I'm saying? And what caused them to get on it, and why they haven't stopped. And then at the end of it all, we'll offer them rehab.
It's the rehab. That's the selling point. The rehab.
The rehab.
Excuse me. I'll have to edit
Also,
that
for
out.
anybody who's wondering about the beginning of this shit, we record this shit on Discord. We use the recording bot Craig. And he sent something and said he failed to join, but he's in here, so we're just gonna run with it. And if you see this episode, congratulations. If you don't, then oh well, I guess. So
Okay,
what's work
so
like been for you, Jeff? What's work like been for you?
I don't want to talk about work. You know what I want to talk about? The fucking JFK assassination.
Uh, well, that episode we recorded, I put up on my channel.
I know,
That
but I mean,
classified episode.
dog, I want to know. I want to know what the fucking government decided to hide. It's the Russians. It's 100% the Russians.
Gotta be. Listen, bro, I was watching a Mr. Ballin episode like 2 days ago, and he was talking about this man in England who was a reporter for the news. You might have heard about this story before. His name was like Georgy Volkov or some shit. I definitely just butchered his name, but apparently he was like a reporter and he reported on like the KGB and shit. And he would take the same route to work. He would walk because he would like walk and seeing the scenery and shit. And then one day it was raining real hard and he'd like to stop on this bridge where like there was like I can't remember, dog. There was something on each side of that bridge. You had to go watch the Mr. Ballin episode yourself to figure out what there was on each side of that bridge. I think one was like the London Bridge or some shit. But I don't know. But anyway, it was raining real hard, so he just hurried up and got to the bus stop. And he was standing at the bus stop and it was crowded. He was under the little thing to keep from getting rained on. And he felt a sharp stab in the back of his leg, and like his first thought was like, maybe somebody had like a pen or a pencil out, right, and they accidentally nicked me. And he got to work, and he finally got to work after he took the bus and shit, and he sat down, and there was like a shooting pain in like the back of his leg, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And he went and looked, and it was just a little red spot, dog. So he was like, maybe it was just a pencil or whatever, and he fought through the rest of the day, through the pain and shit, and then eventually it got real bad, and he got home and he told his wife about it, and she convinced him to go to the hospital, and they got to the hospital, and it was a whole lot worse than what it was when he looked at it throughout the day. It was like it wasn't just a little red spot no more. It was like it's fucking like massive. His leg was swelled and shit, and like he spent like 2 days. The first day in the hospital, he thought he'd wake up better, but he woke up and it was worse. Second day, he started losing his mind. He thought the doctors were trying to kill him. He thought people were out to kill him. And then the third day, he fucking died, dog. And like, they did an autopsy on him because nobody knew what the fuck killed him. Like, he was good, and then he just died 2 days later. And then they did an autopsy, and in the autopsy, they fucking what's the people who do autopsies called? What's that shit called? Medical examiner. And they found this little disc in the back of his leg, and it was so small that they almost missed it. And they looked at that disc and it had fucking ricin on it, dog. And everybody knows what ricin is. You know what ricin is? The poisonous shit. And nobody was ever convicted for like the murder. But there was a dude that came out and said he oversaw the assassination project on Georgy Volkov, or however you say
Probably
his last name.
Volokov.
It was Volkov. It was something like that. And he said he oversaw the assassination project on him. And a fucking assassin for the KGB followed him around, and when he got to that bus stop, stabbed him with his umbrella. Had that little disc on it. And the disc had like wax on it that your body heat would melt, and it would cause that ricin to be exposed. And a man stabbed him with his umbrella, placed that disc in him, and disappeared into the crowd, dog.
Dog, let me break some shit down to you. The CIA, KGB, not the ones to fuck with.
Definitely not, dog.
Okay, the CIA went as far as to give people like fake scrotums to put over their actual scrotums to hide shit.
Motherfuckers are crazy, dog. Motherfuckers are insane.
And they were like supposed to look like your actual shit. So they'd have like custom made shit for the person that was wearing them. It's like they'd have to hold their shit up and let people like look at their nutsack to make sure they got them right.
You think like somebody was like went in there and they was like little like insecure, and they was like, make my shit a little bit bigger. Just give me a bigger penis, dog.
But like they had like capsules that you shove up your ass.
Now listen, I don't give a fuck who I work for. I ain't shoving shit up my ass, dog.
You will, whether it's life or death.
But if you're working for them, I feel like they'd be like, do you want to? Maybe if I had socks on, who knows? It depends on how big the pay is as well.
Well, a person who defected from Russia and worked for America during all this was eventually found out by the KGB. When they stormed his office, he had this pen, and inside the end of this pen was a cyanide capsule. That's all he wanted in case he was caught. So they slid a piece of paper across the desk saying, sign this, and this is your confession saying that you defected to America and that you're a spy for the American CIA. And he pulled out his pen and snapped and just crunched down on the end of it and released the cyanide. And he was dead before he hit the ground.
That's determination. That's commitment, dog. That is commitment.
Could you imagine what they'd have done to him if he didn't?
It'd have been a whole lot worse, I'd imagine. Like torture and shit, dog. Fuck no. I'd have bit down on that cyanide capsule too. Fuck that.
It's fast. Couple war crimes proceeded over, in Russia, and like they had pulled these people into trial, and while this motherfucker's in trial, opens a bottle of cyanide and drinks it right in front of everybody.
Shit. Motherfuckers is determined, dog. They like, I ain't doing shit for the Russians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather fucking.
I'm telling you, dog.
Wild, dog. Wild.
You know, like Saddam Hussein.
I've heard about him. Like, I don't read up on, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know where they found him?
Where's that?
In a hole in the desert, holding a Bible.
He buried himself, or he got buried?
He hid in a hole in the ground. In like a little cave.
Oh, died.
They found him.
Oh, shit. I thought you meant like found him dead.
No, with a Bible in his hand.
He opened it up and he's like, Psalms chapter 1, verse 3.
Then you got like Stalin. There's like pictures of like historical photos you never really got to see, and it's a picture of Stalin with his fucking head, like his face in his hands, when he just figured out that the Germans are marching in to take Russia because he knew that he couldn't fight back against them.
Let Germany try to do it to Russia now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Russia wipe motherfuckers off the map.
Dog, Russia is one of the has probably one of the best militaries in the world.
Listen, if there's anybody like that you wouldn't fuck with, dog, Russia's gotta
It's
be the
Russia.
one that you just
It's
wouldn't
Russia don't
fuck with.
care. Russians don't give a fuck.
They fucking wrestle with bears when they're fucking like
And
3 months old, dog. I mean, come
and
on.
someone said something like, "Oh, that's just it's not a fucking stereotype.
Fuck no.
It's not a fucking stereotype."
I mean, one
Russia,
Russian that you've seen is just like a pussy. I ain't never seen one that's just a pussy. Like,
dog.
you hit these motherfuckers, and it's like hitting a
When
brick
I
wall,
was
dog.
when I was younger, when I was just a fucking young lad, my mother had a social worker case and bullshit opened. The social worker's name was Olga.
Olga.
This chick stood at over 6 foot tall and weighed 327 pounds. This
Russian.
bitch, Russian. I mean, Russian. She'd
As
speak
Russian
to
as they
you.
get, by God.
Well, she'd speak to you in a couple words in English, and if she didn't know how to say the word in English, she'd say it in Russian.
Oh, that's scary enough, dog. It's like, just take me. Anybody got a pen? You know what I'm saying? Hell no, dog. Listen, if I was in a predicament where, like, I knew Russians were fucking coming after me, dog, fuck no, I ain't staying here. I'd rather be dead.
But like,
Listen, I feel
she
like
would.
North Korea and like Russia, dog. I feel like they have like the worst like torture mechanisms of like out of everybody, dog. Maybe Japan, but like you think
Listen,
like torture, it's like Russia and fucking North Korea, dog.
listen. This chick would talk to my mother, and she would get caught up in the conversation and just immediately go back to Russian. And
Damn.
she wouldn't answer like questions like yes or no. She'd answer them da and niet. That's yes and no in Russian. Da and niet.
I've never talked to a Russian dog, but I feel like I'd be like so intimidated. I'd be intimidated as a motherfucker talking to a Russian.
See, like Russians, and I'm going to butcher the fuck out of this. Russians, like if you ask them, would you like to go to a concert this weekend? If they don't want to, if they're unsure about it, they'll answer you kind of yes, no, maybe altogether. So it's like da niet, nie viene.
It's intimidating, dog. I mean, you just talking to you imagine talking to a Russian man that's like built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, dog. Fuck no. Is he Russian? Like, is he actually Russian?
He's Austrian.
Austrian. Fuck. Why do I think he's Russian?
I don't know.
Did he do a movie where he was Russian?
I have no idea.
That's a stereotype that I made. I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was fucking Russian, dog.
No.
Fuck.
But that's just, and we can't go to war with Russia. It's over for us. We go to war with Russia. It's over. It's over for Russia as well.
It's just gonna be a nuke party. Is all it's gonna be, dog.
Yeah, it's just everything's just gonna get turned to fucking just a smoldering pile of ash. Nobody comes out of this fight alive. Nobody fucking wins.
We got them rad roaches everywhere and shit.
Oh God, I'm pretty sure I can hear myself back to me. So you probably want to turn your headset down.
I think that's good.
Oh, I don't know.
You're.
You're.
I can hear myself back.
I know it's my headset.
But Russia's fucking intimidating, dog.
Listen,
Like if there was any country in the world that I'm afraid of, dog, Russia's probably number one. Definitely number one.
Facts.
I
Like,
mean, listen. When you think of like not fucking with somebody, dog, you don't fuck with Russia, dog. You don't fuck with them.
dog, Russian, like the things people do in Russia are like you don't wear Adidas in Russia.
Why's that?
Russian mob. Only the Russian mob gets to wear Adidas in Russia.
Oh shit! Damn, remind me not to go to Russia, dog. If I'm wearing Adidas, fuck no. You think they got the fancy Adidas, or you think they got them one like shitty little like brown shoes like Sam Winchester wore in like season fucking 2 or some
Those are
shit?
Pumas, and no,
Oh, they were Pumas when they damn. There's Adidas that look like that too, though.
they do not wear the shitty. They do not wear the shitty Adidas.
Well, they high dollar shit. Fuck.
It's the Russian mob, Josh.
I
The
know, but like I
Russian
figured like
mafia.
I feel like what I meant like, by that is like the Russian mob wouldn't be like out here and like looking like they're fucking like 21st century rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like
You're
that's what I
goddamn
meant.
right they do. And people
They
stay the
look like
fuck at it. And
they look
people
like they're
say the
21st century rappers. Damn. See, I don't follow up on the Russian mob and
and
shit
people
because
stay
there's
the
a reason you
fuck
don't
out of
follow
their
up on the
way.
Russian mob.
People stay the fuck out of their way.
There's a reason you don't follow up on the Russian mob, and that's why I don't, dog. I feel like you look too far into that, they go catch something, and they go be like, nope. This motherfucker got to go. You know what I'm saying? I sounded more Jamaican than Russian just then, but you get it.
We must go to America. We must sort this fucker out. I turned Scottish there at the end.
The ape.
We must go to America. It seems we have mole. He
That's
is
why I don't look.
digging. He is
That's why I don't
digging
look
where
in like.
he should not dig.
That's why I don't look into like the mafia or the Russian mob or any type of shit like that. I don't look into like the Bloods and the Crips, dog.
I don't
Because
either.
I'm not about that life, dog. I'll stay out of their way. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, I don't fuck with none of
Like,
it.
say there was a motherfucker standing in front of me right in the Russian mob just would have happened to walk up and shoot this motherfucker. I'd pull
I
out a
seen
little
nothing.
stick, look like Helen Keller, dog. I'd be like,
I seen nothing.
you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck no, I wouldn't.
Dog,
One,
if
I'm not a
the
snitch. And
Russian-
two, I'm
if the
definitely not a snitch on the
Russian
Russian
mafia
mob, dog.
shot this motherfucker in front of you, they're shooting you next because you're a witness.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have to. I know they would, but they wouldn't have to, though, because listen,
I'm not
one, I'm
saying
not
a
a
fucking
snitch.
word. I'm not saying
One,
a
I'm
fuck.
not a snitch.
I don't know what happened. This motherfucker's alive 5 seconds ago and he just flopped.
I sneezed or something. I didn't see it. But one, I'm not a snitch, and two, I'm definitely not a snitch on the Russian mafia or the Russian mob, dog. Fuck no. What the fuck? It's like
I'm
what
smarter
6ix9ine
than
did,
that.
like ratting on the Bloods, dog. That's like you don't do that. But when you fucking rat on the Russian mob, dog, your family's fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like you're fucked from
Your
every direction
whole
you can be
your
fucked
whole
to.
lineage from there on out is just fucked. They're waiting for another baby to be born with a bat.
Yep. That's fucking hell no, dog. You know, you never hear anything about people ratting on the Russian mob, and that's probably a reason. It's probably a reason.
They don't live to tell anybody.
Fuck no.
You got people ratting on the fucking Crips and the Bloods all day long. You don't rat on the fucking Russian mafia.
Hell no.
You don't. I
That
want
should be
to
like
be
the
the first.
11th command.
I want to go
What
to
you-
Russia. I want to go to Russia.
I thought he was about to say I want to be the first one too. I was like, God damn, Jeff, you got a death wish, my boy.
I want to go to Russia. I do.
I'd like to
I
go
want
to
to
Russia.
I want to go to Russia and taught how to fight like in the Russian military.
That'd be pretty fucking cool. But fuck was I gonna say?
It'd be bad. Be rough.
That should be like the 11th commandment, though. You know, thou shalt not rat on the Russian mafia.
Thou
dog.
shalt not rat on
Your
Russian
family
mafia.
will not be fucked.
Thou knoweth or thou shalt learneth the fucking vibes.
Like, listen, I don't even know nothing about the Russian mob, but I know for a fact he don't rat on them motherfuckers. Hell no.
They do whatever the fuck they want too. It's like
Yep.
Fuck are you gonna do about it?
There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, they're everywhere, dog.
I mean,
Back to
are you?
conversations with crackheads, so we can get off the Russian mafia before they start questioning us. Listen, I've had this idea in my head since like fucking. We went somewhere and came back, and I was like, I really want to start a podcast called Conversation with Crackheads. I was just like, I just want to talk to these motherfuckers and just hear what they say. Like, I want to hear some of like the wildest crackhead stories, dog.
I don't. I don't.
Like, it would get to the point where it's like, damn, shut the fuck up. Like, there's like certain crackheads you can deal with. One crackhead you couldn't deal with is Chris Head for sure, dog. Like, I could not listen to that motherfucker talk. I heard him talk too much. Here would be the issue with conversations with crackheads. I mean, what crackhead do you think is gonna be like? Well, let's sit down and record something for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely ain't gonna do that shit.
I mean, that's them admitting they have a problem.
Do you know any crackheads gonna actually admit they have a problem though?
I don't know.
I mean, the crackheads we got around here are the ones that shame other crackheads for being on crack, but they're also on crack. It's like, what
Right?
the fuck?
Right?
Like,
Pot calling the fucking kettle black.
Yep. It's fucking.
Bitch, what you
I
talking
don't
about?
care.
I see track marks in your arm too.
I mean, look at your eyes. How long have you been to sleep? You know what I'm saying?
Been 3 long days.
Like, what day is it? Oh, it's Sunday. Last Sunday. It was like, oh damn.
Last Sunday. It's like fucking Chris Head showing up at goddamn Austin's door, knocking at it, growling.
Like, he said, like, you know how like somebody got clear their throat, like, like that. He said it was that, but like every 2 seconds, dog. He's like, I was like, I just faded him slap up, dog. Motherfucker, bad dog. You know what I'm saying? Just faded him slap up.
I can't deal with that. He kept trying to call me for like 3 days in a row. And I was like,
Recently?
Yeah. It's like, if I wanted to fucking talk to you, I'd have picked up my goddamn phone.
I got recent.
Literally the day my papa died, he called me like 3 times in one day.
Damn.
It's like,
the last person I don't know if I can hear from is you son of a bitch.
It's not even that. It's like, I don't even fucking talk to nobody. What makes you so goddamn special that I'm going to drop everything and try to talk to you?
You called me for like 30 to 45 minutes, dog. And that was like all I heard from you that day. I definitely don't want to hear from this motherfucker, you know? Hell no. Listen, that night that me and Mutt almost fucked him up, dog, was so funny. It was so funny. Because, listen, I lit a bottle rocket, threw it out the door, and he thought I was throwing it at his house, dog. And I threw it towards, like, the junkyard. But he thought I was throwing it at his house. He cracked out, dog.
Tripping.
Absolutely tripping. And he was down there talking about how he was born to go to hell or some shit. Like, he was damned to hell. He was damned to hell as soon as he was born or some shit he was saying. But like 2 years ago, man was atheist. I mean, I don't get this, dog. You know what I'm saying? No fucking clue.
Dog, man just wants to and he just wants to try to be different, but he's just basic. He's literally, he wants to stand out in the crowd, but he has no way to, because he's just a normal motherfucker.
Like, listen, did you ever hear about the time that Brianna and them all got into it?
Brianna, Chris, and then Brianna's man, Chris. I was fucking there for it.
No. I'm not talking about the time that Chris ran off the porch at him. I'm talking, yeah, I guess you didn't hear about this. because I was there for that point too. But listen, I was asleep, dog. I was asleep. My dad calls me. I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello. Listen, keep in mind it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, hello. He's like, what's going on? And like some shit had been going on about like Chris would go to sleep and let the kids go outside at like 4 o'clock in the morning or some shit. And it was like the day before, like all this shit went down. He's like, what's going on? And I was like, they said something about fucking Kelly was going to call the social service or something. And he's like, not that. I'm talking about what's going on about them fighting with Chris Head. And I was like, fighting with Chris Head? He's like, yeah, they're outside fighting right now. And I was like, God damn, really? I'd been asleep, dog. Like, they was pounding on my door and shit. Didn't even wake up. Didn't even move over. And I was like, God damn, they're fighting, really? And I went outside. And, like, everything had already settled down. Like, I noticed this fish tank was busted and shit. And I was like, what the hell? And then Brianna was out there in her car. And she was telling me that Chris Head had thought fucking old bobbleheaded Chris was fucking Leah or some shit. And it was probably true. But here's the thing that was, like, so stupid about it. His reasoning for thinking that Chris was fucking Leah was the fact that he said, here's what Chris had told Chris. I know you're fucking her because my dogs only growl at you. What? He said, my dogs only growl at you. I know you're doing something. And then apparently he tried to like come like kick in the door on Chris. I don't know how true that part is, but Brianna come over there and Chris Head was looking at Brianna saying that he was a demon and he was going, watch my eyes, and his eyes was going like, and then fucking, Hedge, Hedge was like, the fuck are you doing with your eyes? He said, I'll cut your goddamn eyes out. He's like, son of a bitch. And then Chris Combs told him, he said, you think you're fucking a demon, motherfucker? He said, I'll cut your head off and fuck your skull. And then he immediately turned around, Chris Combs, and stuck his arm through a fucking fish tank, dog. One of those, like, not even like, it wasn't a fish tank, it was a fucking display case. Like, no, not even an aquarium, it was a display case, like, for, like, you have at your vape shop. That's what it was a display case. Full display case, glass. Stuck his fucking arm through it. He was cut, like, bro, I ain't seen somebody cut that bad in a minute. Man was gapped. He was gapped wide open, dog.
Gushing blood.
That was like,
guaranteed.
And then I figured all this shit out and saw Chris, and he was bleeding, and he had his arm wrapped up in some ace bandage, and I was like, damn, I slept through every bit of this shit. How didn't I wake up? Like, and they was beating on my door and shit. What the fuck? And then, told him he's gonna cut his head off and skull fuck him. And he was going, I'm a demon, look at my eyes. And his eyes was like bugged out of his head and shit. Like, motherfucker, what are you doing, dog? If I'd have been there, dog, if I'd have been out there in the wake, I'd have probably just hit him, to be honest. I'd have probably just fucking haymakered him, dog, from 4th grade. I'd have wrenched back to 4th grade, dog, and caught him on a straight right, and it'd have been sleep. Gibberdeedle slumber. You know what I'm talking about?
Dog, that's fucking... They've always had fucking... Brianna and Chris have always had trouble with Chris Head. Always. For years now.
It's because Chris Head thinks he's a badass. He walks around like he's the cock of the walk, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Chris Combs, who also thinks he's the cock of the walk, and it's like...
I just want to see them both actually fight or fuck at this point.
I'd actually definitely love to see both of them fight. I really would.
I mean, fight or fuck at this point, boys. Get it over with.
Like, fuck, bro. That time you was talking about, bro, I was back in, like, 2013, dog.
2014.
2013, 2014, shit like that. Damn. And then it fucking does it again in 2021, dog. It's like, son of a bitch, somebody do something, motherfucker.
And like, he pulled me and Austin out there and was like, y'all gotta take my side. Y'all, I looked right, I was like, motherfucker, I ain't taking nobody's goddamn side.
Chris Head did?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what it is. Don't drag me into it.
Chris Head did.
Yeah. Stupid. And Austin was like,
if you need somebody to take your side over one person, dog, maybe you shouldn't be fucking acting all Billy Bob badass in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's one person you're like, bro, you gotta help me. What the fuck am I helping you for, motherfucker? It's one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Listen, Austin straight up was beating the fuck out of Chris Combs one time, dog. And I ran up, and it was like instinct because I saw my brother fighting, and it's like instinct in your head, like, my brother's fighting, I gotta fight too. And even though Austin didn't need it, because Austin had him down on the ground beating the shit out of him,
What
I was
for?
like, he screamed at my granny or some shit, and Austin was like, just had got off work from McDonald's, and he had a headache, and he was tired and shit. So Austin walked in and slapped his fucking brains out. And then they started fighting. Austin got him down on the ground, was like beating the shit out of him, and like it was instinct. Like I said, I saw my brother fighting. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta fight too." And I'm like, he didn't need it, but like, I ran up and I kicked Chris in the ribs, and then immediately I was like, "What the fuck did I do that for?" Then I tried to get Austin off of him. I don't know why I kicked him in the ribs. Kicked that motherfucker straight dead in the ribs. And I was like, "What the fuck am I doing this for? Am I kicking this man? You know, he don't need my help. What the fuck am I doing?" I don't know. It's like an instinct, dog. You see somebody in your family fighting, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta fight this motherfucker too. Then you know what I'm saying?
I still can't go about the day he about knocked himself slap fucking out.
Burning fucking hazard, dog. He's punching himself, and then like you saw that one, he connected with like his chin or some shit, and he like went wobbly. And he grabbed out of the door frame and just continued to punch himself, dog. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
And it was over Joey.
It was Joseph, yeah.
Because Joey said some sly shit.
He fucking hit himself on the chest like Donkey Kong. Now he's like, ugh, and he started fucking punching himself. I was like, what the fuck are you hitting yourself for? Like, bro, like, I've probably hit myself, like, I could probably count on one hand as many times as I've hit myself, like, personally. And, like, as soon as I hit myself, I'm like, what the fuck am I hitting myself for? I'm hurting myself more than anything else.
What the fuck?
Who hits themselves, dog?
I did once.
Why are you punching
here
yourself
recently.
more than you are whoever the fuck?
Here recently,
You know?
because my tooth was hurting and I was trying to knock my tooth out.
That's different, dog.
I mean, I was goddamn fucking.
You're in pain, so you're trying to, like, cause that pain to quit. But, like, as
I
far
was.
as, like,
I mean, I was just bashing my fucking self in the face as hard as I could.
Like, as far as, like, somebody made you mad, so you start hitting yourself, like, what the motherfucker, go hit them. You know what I'm saying? Go hitting yourself.
I remember when Austin used to get aggravated, he used to headbutt things. And he got mad.
I have a funny story about belly flopping off a door one time.
He fucking. I remember he was at Emelina and someone pissed him off, so he just fucking. He wheeled around not thinking, just fucking headbutted the fucking wall as hard as he could, and he went.
Listen, when I used to get mad, keep in mind I was a young child. I was probably like 7.
I was a young lad.
I was probably like 7, maybe 8. And I used to belly flop off doors, dog. Why the fuck I'd belly flop off doors? Never know.
Never know.
I just run and just jump at doors, dog. They made me mad one time, so I proceeded to run and jump at the fucking door. And right when I was mid-airborne, dog, I'm talking full-on, about to collide. This man named Marshall Jackson, we're kin to him. He goes to open the door, dog. He had a cigarette in his mouth and a cup of coffee. He was like, he was with the door, dog. And I belly flopped as soon as he opened it. That door come back, collided with this man's nose, knocked that cigarette down his throat. The coffee all over him, bro. Broke his nose. And as soon as I hit, I was like, oh shit, and I opened the door and that man stood, fucking cigarette hanging out of his neck, fucking ah. It's like, God damn, I've killed this motherfucker. He's dead now, but that's crazy.
He probably accelerated his death.
Probably by a couple years, I'd imagine.
God,
here's how I look at it. Put yourself in his shoes. You got to open the door. You're like, let me go in there and see what they're doing. You open the door, and then the door just immediately slams back in your goddamn face.
Dog, I'd beat your ass. I'd beat your ass.
I mean, imagine you're like, you fucking whistling the, and you open the door, and it immediately slams back in your face. You don't know who slammed it, why it slammed, but it immediately, your fucking cigarette's down your neck. Ah. I definitely accelerated his death. Damn.
I'd have beat your
I proceeded
ass.
to quit belly flopping off doors after that.
I proceeded to stop belly flopping off doors, you know. It was bad for my health.
It was bad for other people's health more than it was mine. I didn't belly flop, but so I got mad this one time. And I was like 18, dog. 18 years old. So this was recent, like 2 years ago. And I got mad, and in my head, my fucking brain, I'd forgot about how shitty the doors were over in Knott County. And I also forgot that I don't have the same body mass as I did when I was a small child. Like I'm a whole lot heavier. And I went to run and like I was gonna shoulder bump the fucking door because I was mad. So I ran, shoulder bumped the door. The door goes straight through to the other side. And all I saw was a fucking white light out of my periphery. I thought I'd kill myself. I thought I was in heaven. I thought I'd died. Oh shit. Then I proceeded to struggle to get the door back through. Because I knocked the door frame off. The door was just fucking. It now was a two-way door, like a fucking revolving door. I'm like, ah, damn. And that door's still fucked to this day.
Dog.
I mean, to lock it, dog, they had to put a deadbolt on it.
They had to put
The
a
door's
deadbolt on it?
The door's fucked because I got mad and fucking NFL linebacker this shit straight through. And there was like I saw it was like the porch light, but it was like hit me in my peripheral, and I was like, I'm dead. I've just killed myself. Well, that would have killed me, but I was I'm dead. This is the Holy Spirit. He's telling me I'm coming home.
Dog, I remember we used to have in the house I grew up in, had these big fucking metal doors. So I'd get mad, I'd punch a door. I'd
Right.
punch the door. Just it
I
was just
put them doors down there
I
at
don't
the
know, it
apartment.
was just when I was younger and I'd get mad and it would keep me from, like, I guess hurting somebody or something like that. I would just punch that fucking door. And I always punch the same door.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
But I remember one day I went to punch that fucking door. And I just goddamn folded this fucking door. I mean, just fucking door straight, standing up. I guess it just took too much, dog. And I just goddamn folded that son of a
Listen,
bitch.
you know how the doors are down at the apartment? There's them fucking metal ones. Well, like I'd punched it so much that like my knuckles were like they're still pretty fucking like deformed, dog. Like they ain't back in the regular shape to this day. So it got to the point where I was like, I'm really fucking myself up more than anything. So I also went and bought UFC gloves, and I would just throw them UFC gloves on, dog, and I would just go at that fucking door. Turns out I was doing more damage to myself with the UFC gloves than I would if I'd have just bare knuckle punched the motherfucker. Because I have so many scars because of the UFC gloves. It was cutting my shit. I guess I didn't have hand wraps on, but I
It's
mean,
about to say you're supposed to wrap your hands underneath them.
I just fucking threw them gloves on, dog, and it didn't help.
But
The
I don't.
fridge, dog. I fucked that fridge up. That's why the fridge quit working, dog. I believe I fucking. Cause I'd run and I'd shoulder bump that motherfucker. Also, before the event of me fucking, you know, going through the goddamn door. But then I started punching that fucking fridge with them UFC gloves, dog. Rough. Fuck my shit all up. I got hella scars on my knuckles because of that shit.
Dog, I punched one fridge in my whole goddamn life and I'll never do it again.
Why's that?
Because I punched that fridge, dog. And I hit it so fucking hard I slid it across the kitchen and broke my head in two places.
Listen, motherfucking fridges don't give, dog. They don't have no give to them. Like, goddamn.
I did though. I slid it all the way across the kitchen when I punched it. But
Like, it'll move, dog, but it has no give. Like, you fight in a
oh,
fridge, dog, you lose.
this motherfucker had give. It give across the fucking kitchen floor, but my hand just give out worse.
I mean, it'll move, like, but like as far as like putting like a severe dent in that motherfucker,
I
listen, you
put
fight in a fridge.
I put four fucking dents in that fridge.
Like if you fight in a fridge, dog, or a door, you losing in most cases. Or if you
I
fighting a
put
stud in the wall, you're losing.
you always lose against a stud in the wall.
Fact, listen, dog. I got mad one time, like some shit was going on. And I was sitting there and I was listening to MGK, dog. Like I got real fucking mad for some reason, dog. So I got up and I fucking spun around, dog, like a fucking and hit the wall. And I thought for sure my hand was gonna go through the wall because them fucking walls in there not getting shit. But when I hit that motherfucker, shooting pain all the way up my arm. And I noticed there was no hole in the wall. There was just a small dent from my knuckles. And I was like, holy shit, dog. I'd fucking nailed us. The only spot in the wall was a stud, and my dumb ass had nailed it, dog. And I was like,
No,
bro, it hurt so bad. My
I
hand
remember I
swelled up
got
in
down
4
there.
different places.
I got down there fucking around with y'all, and Austin's like, "You can't punch a hole in that wall." I'm like, "Fuck, I can't." Don't tell me I can't do it. Well, I drew back and I mean, we was drinking and shit like that, and I swung just goddamn hard as I could into that wall and nailed a fucking stud.
Fucking listen, dog.
I mean, I took the goddamn drywall off that fucking stud.
Listen, dog. These walls, you cannot punch these motherfuckers. There's studs everywhere, dog. There's studs fucking everywhere. When we first moved in here, me and Crystal was arguing, and for some reason, her old feeble ass thought it was a good idea to punch the wall. Fucking nailed a goddamn stud, dog. And there's studs everywhere. There's not one spot in these. There's like maybe 1 or 2 spots in these walls, in each of these walls where you'll find where there's no stud. Nailed that motherfucker. Her hand swelled up, and she complained that her hand was broke for like a month. I'm like, why the fuck would you know how many studs are in these walls? Why would you think it was a good idea to punch it? How many times I punched these walls? 0. Fuck no, I ain't stupid. If I got my UFC gloves, it's different.
I mean,
maybe some hand wraps.
I quit that shit so fucking long ago. I think the last time I punched a fucking wall, I was having a nightmare.
Oh God!
And I swung a punch and I started punching the wall in my sleep because we had our bed laying against the wall, and on the other side of the drywall was brick. So I punch, over my head into this wall, and I go through the fucking drywall and into the brick, and I'm just fucking punching nothing but brick.
What you had to do? Have a dream somebody was on your back and you was trying to get them off? You was like,
I don't know, dog. But I mean, when I woke up, dog, my fucking hand just looked like I just stuck it in a fucking blender.
Ooh. But you was like, what the fuck? Listen, I had a nightmare 2 days ago, dog. Listen. For some reason, I was in this mall. I don't know where the fuck this mall was. And you know how, like, there's, like, that theory that, like, when you have a dream, it's like a look in on, like, a different version of yourself from another reality. Well, I was in this mall and I was walking and I got out to
Controller died. We interrupt this program to bring you.
Well, anyway, got out to the front of this mall, right? And then, like, a fucking humongous riot just breaks out. No fucking reason, dog. I'm like, what the fuck? So I take off running, like, down, like, the sidewalk of the mall and off into, like, the fucking woods for some reason. And there's, like, this sewage drain, like, the big, like, you know what I'm saying? Tunnel shits. And, there's a shit ton of dead people around, dog. There's blood everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? I look around and there's this motherfucker standing there. He's shot in like 4 different places. He's holding his guts in his hand and he's looking at me. And I'm like, what the hell? And for some reason in the dream, I was like, I gotta get the fuck away from this motherfucker. So I went and run up, right down to where he was at. And I woke up, my heart was fucking. And I was like, oh damn, am I having a heart attack? What the fuck is going on? And like the first thing popped in my head was like that reality, the different dreams are different reality shit. And I was like, whoever that version of me, dog, is traumatized. He saw some shit. There's dead people everywhere. Motherfucker holding these guts. He's traumatized.
But I'm telling you, dog, like, I beat this goddamn wall into a bloody fucking pulp. But I paid so dearly for it because I couldn't use my hand for like 2 weeks. My fucking hand swelled up like a boxing glove. I mean,
yeah, I quit punching walls a long time ago, dog. Last time I punched a wall was after I moved out of Knott County, so this was like maybe like July. Yeah, probably July. And like I was sitting there and I got mad because my pants were gone. I knew for a fact was in the apartment, and I was like, "That's my fucking pants, dog." So I went in the house and like it was like last time for good like for old time's sake. I just fucking drawed back on that goddamn wall, sent my fucking fist through that son of a bitch, and then like where I'd punched so many walls, like barely even like rubbing my knuckle, dog hurts. And I was like, yeah, that was the last time. Never, not doing that again.
Never again.
And there's not like a worse feeling like punching through a wall and then you look and you were like that far from the fucking stud. It's like that could have been a broke hand.
Ooh. Dog, I I quit punching walls probably. I don't know. I just like, and now, and like we're talking about like we grew up with anger issues. Okay, people, no control, and we were fucking
We
shitty
still have
people.
them. We're just better of
We're
controlling
more
them now.
mature.
We're better controlled. They're better controlled now than it was back when we was like
I
16.
don't really have any kind of anger issues anymore. I'm just over it.
I just don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like the only type of anger I feel is like when I'm playing like Brawlhalla and there's like sweat and I'm like, I will fuck your throat, dog. You know what I'm saying? With socks on, of course. You know?
but I
And like
mean,
with
it's
Fortnite, bro,
probably
I'm so over Fortnite. Like I get killed by a sweat, and I'm like, I hope your fucking mother like dies and you find her. Like I hope your fucking, I hope your family gets massacred in a fucking humongous fire, and you're the only one left, but you're a fucking vegetable. But
I
it's not even anger. I just say it in like the most calmest voice. I'm like, fuck you and your whole family.
I had to like quit punching walls, dog. I just couldn't do it anymore because like I
There's not
fuck.
even walls, dog. I don't punch shit anymore.
Like I might like hit my desk, but that's like what the fuck am I gonna do to my desk?
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't do much damage to that desk. I mean, snap in half maybe, but
Goddamn, it's fucking.
hi, you know what I'm saying? Like a fucking little
Hey!
sensei or something. Why do they do that? Why do they scream like that before they chop shit?
It's a release.
Hey! I know. I noticed like I've watched like a lot of boxing shit. Like when they hit, they go, and that's like you're supposed to like hit harder or some shit. Yeah, I'm supposedly makes you hit harder. Like when you release and don't
It's
inhale.
it's releasing like the. It's taking like pressure off the muscles in your chest.
I mean, imagine trying to inhale while you're punching somebody. You know, you can't do that. That makes you punch. I feel it now. Never mind. I understand. Like the fucking them senseis and shit, dog. Like, they do it like way before they're even like chopping. They're like, hey, and then they chop. It's like, damn.
I don't know, but I believe that'll wrap it up right there.
It's 11 o'clock. That's a hell of a podcast, by God. I'll probably cut out the Russian mob shit, but if y'all like it, make
Don't
sure to
do it.
like.
Don't do it. You leave that shit in there.
Yeah, I definitely will. I was just joking. Well, yeah. I mean, that's gonna do it for us. If y'all like this video, make sure to like, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're gonna bring y'all one podcast a week. We'll try to work out the days better. But yeah, thank y'all. Maybe we might have to do it on a Sunday because I think everybody's like good on.
Everybody's off on. I'm off on Sundays.
We might have to record it like Saturday night, then have it go up Sunday. Or no, we could just do it like Sunday night, then put it up Monday. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. We do greatly appreciate y'all. This one will be going up on Wednesday. I think what day is it? Yeah, it'll be going up on Wednesday. But we greatly appreciate y'all. And yeah. Wait, if you click on OTDL, you'll see all of our profiles right there. Subscribe to every one of us. Go check out Jeff's Black Crown podcast in the link in the description. And yeah.
And as always, remember, support your local warehouse.